In this video, we are going to see what is going on with Bitcoin and with the whole crypto market and what can we expect. Hi, my name is Ben, and welcome to my channel. My channel was mainly about financial, education to help you get more knowledgeable about finances. And then in today's video, we're going to talk about what can we expect from Bitcoin mainly, and then we're just going to look at some information from the internet. All right, so let's begin. Okay, so let's start. Fantastic. So this is the outline of what we are going to talk about. Basically, Bitcoin's been on the rise quite recently. I got one of these articles from CNBC from 2 days ago. We're just quickly going to look through it, see what we can, find, and then just get a bit more information. All right. So first of all, Bitcoin has tumbled to 45K just recently. It wasn't like permanent; it was just a temporary. But we are going to look at why this happened and what is happening. Right. So also, Bitcoin has hit 1 trillion in market capitalization, market value, which is quite good and quite high, just to say the least. Right. So 2 days ago, Bitcoin has plunged more than 11% in 24 hours. It went below the 50K market price. And, there's just a quite big drop. Probably people have been realizing their gains as we are going to look at how much it has increased in the past couple of months. Yes, so on Monday, which was the 22nd, Yellen just said, Bitcoin is very inefficient to conduct transactions, mainly because how expensive it is to run the whole Bitcoin financial operation, and it uses quite a lot of electricity, so it's very ineffective at this price level. If you look at how much an average transaction price is, we can see that it's just around $26. And this is how many BTC per byte you have to spend to just conduct one transaction, which is very, very expensive, especially if we look at 3 years time. So it's quite high, as you can see. It's very expensive to use Bitcoin for proper financial transactions. Okay, so let's get back to the article. Also, yeah, Bitcoin, the network, the whole mining operation consumes more electricity than Pakistan, which is quite ridiculous. Let's be honest. It's just so much electricity is going on. This whole new gold rush, just so people can, think they will be able to get rich from this, but actually. It's just ridiculous how much electricity is being spent on mining and actually just processing these transactions. All right, so I'm just going to read this one that Yellen also warned about the risks for retail investors buying Bitcoin. And I quote, "It is highly speculative asset, and I think people should be aware it can be extremely volatile, and I do worry about potential losses that investors can suffer," which is quite funny if you think about it, that the Federal Reserve who's his chair told CNBC's Andrew Ross at a conference, like why would the central bank be worried about why people can lose money? Even if it's such a new and speculative asset, it is still. I don't think they're actually interested in people losing money in Bitcoin. I think something different could be at the background. But I still think it's quite interesting. So Bitcoin is still more than 360% up in the last 12 months and 60% up since the start of the year, which you can see is quite a bullish market, what we are in at the moment. As I said, it hit 1 trillion in market value for the first time, which is it is still quite a lot. So it's just a lot of value. Well, more like the price is quite high. Also, this is thanks to, as I outline here, that Tesla has just purchased 1.5 billion United States dollars worth of Bitcoin with other companies like Mastercard and other big financial institutions are just buying Bitcoin simply because they think even if they just spend 1% and invest 1% in this asset, they think it could be good because of the how much it rises. And I do see their point. They just decided to start getting into this whole thing and then experiment with it. Also, the whole tumbling way has went down quite a bit. It was one of the reasons that might have been attributed to Danny Moss said that the price does seem high, which is quite funny. It was on Twitter. I can't find the actual tweet on his Twitter now. I'm not too sure what happened. I couldn't find it, but it was definitely there. And yeah, it's here as well that Tesla has bought 1.5 billion United States dollar worth of Bitcoin. Because of history, it went down quite much. But that's not important. Oh yeah, and a lot of people are comparing Bitcoin to gold, but as this point outlines here, is quite a poor hedge because how volatile Bitcoin is. Just imagine getting your like mortgage in Bitcoin, and then just for the sake of argument, if you were to get 100 Bitcoin for your house, that's how much it costs, right? Um, and then at the time of writing, it also cost, I don't know, just let's say 100K. But if it goes up, so it goes up to 50K, that means you don't have to pay back, the 100K what you originally got, but because it went up by more than 5 times, because if you divide this, but this means it's quite a lot of money. So what I'm trying to get is you wouldn't because how volatile Bitcoin is, it's not a good investment in terms of making financial transactions for the long run because how volatile it is. So what I'm trying to get, you wouldn't take out a mortgage in Bitcoin, right? Because you would end up paying a lot more if the price goes up. Also, Bitcoin is not really like people say it's a digital gold, but the problem is gold is something, but most of all, you can actually like touch. Bitcoin doesn't really exist if there wouldn't be any more financial infrastructure in the world. All this value would just disappear because no one would be able to get a computer to actually run this Bitcoin client on, which is quite bad. So yeah, so that's one thing. Let's continue. Um, the rise, I think, could be contributed to the people are locked down because of the whole pandemic, and that they're able to get stimulus checks from the government, and some people might not need this extra money, so they just put it into the stock market, and especially crypto. That's why it went up quite steeply, and that could be attributed to that people have a lot of money but what they can't spend, so they just rather invest it into the stock market and these crypto markets, and that's what is fueling this massive rise. Well, yeah, it could be the new gold rush. Okay, so we're done with that. The second point what I wanted to do is what can we expect in the next couple of months. Indicators are all showing buy. If we look at let's see, where is it? Yeah, so here is at the moment on the 25th, Bitcoin compared to the United States dollar. It's what is it? 5 days. As you can see, this is where it went down and then it bounced back up. 50K is quite a good level to bounce back from because it's like a round number. But if we can get the technicals, yeah. So the technicals, all of them say, that it's a buy, also like a strong buy. If you look at the 1 week, or the 1 week one showing it's, just buy, technically speaking. And even though there was quite a bit of a drop. I do feel it's going to keep on rising, but we'll see. We just don't know. But yeah, it's just saying just keep on buying. The timeline, what we can see here, and let's just see the mask effect. Yeah, it's tweets, regulators getting the jitters. This is where Tesla has bought quite a lot. It went up, shoot up. This is where it went above 50k, went up even more. People started realizing the gains. Can I? Oh no. People started realizing the gains at around 57k. There's quite a bit of sell. It's probably going to correct and then go even above 57. It could be, 60k where it's going to go to, and I just feel like from that, eventually people are going to realize the gains, right? Because um, it's just so much money what people made compared from the previous. Even if you bought at the previous high, which was, I don't know, 20k or something, I don't remember now, you still doubled your money. So it's like no matter where you bought if you bought Bitcoin in the past 1 month, no matter what, you made a lot of money, because you just got a lot of gains. Um, yeah, what I also want to say is value versus the price of Bitcoin. Someone said that the price is like like the whole stock market in the short term, price is what's important, but over the long term, value is what is going to really decide how much an asset is worth, like how much the price should be. And I think because Bitcoin is quite new, the price is that's why it's quite high, because it's the new gold rush. Everybody's trying to get in. Versus the value, I do not think Bitcoin should be this overvalued. I think it's very overvalued. It's definitely not worth this anywhere near 60k. It's just ridiculous, especially if you look at how much the transaction costs are, and what the Federal Reserve has said, that it's just it consumes a lot of electricity. It's very inefficient to conduct transactions in this cryptocurrency, and I have to agree with it. It's just it's not optimal, is it? So yeah, the value, I'm not too sure how much I would value it for. But I remember a few years ago when it was around $200, and I said, it's just too much. It's ridiculous, and I just never would have thought it's going to go above 50k. Yeah, but as I said, there's too much money what people can spend. That's why I think the stock market is quite really in a bubble. The money printer goes brr as well. It is just too much money is being printed. It causes too much money to be in the system, which increases the price of like stocks, properties, and all the assets what people can spend their money on, and it's just not good. I think we're all just like, I'm not a big fan of waiting, but I do feel we just need to wait it out. I don't know when it will happen, but I do feel the stock market is going to not necessarily collapse, but drop quite a lot. We'll see, I guess. All right, and also, should we invest in crypto and Bitcoin? I'm not too sure. Like, I wouldn't. I don't like to jump on a moving train. It's going up way too much. I necessarily wouldn't. Um, Also, on the other hand, my risk tolerance compared to this volatility is just it's not good. But I tell you what, if it drops below, I don't know, around 40k, I will certainly consider. But at the moment, it's I wouldn't, even though all the technical data says, um, to keep on buying. Well, me personally, I wouldn't. Okay, so that was it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I just, want to hear your thoughts. So make a few comments, and also do feel free to subscribe if you learned something or found this video quite helpful. I would really appreciate if I could get to 1,000 subscribers. So thank you very much, and I see you next time. Peace.